What's up, YouTube? This video is brought to you by Webull. If you'd like to help out the channel and get 2 free stocks, make sure you check out my link below. Hey, I'm Sain, and if you're new here, I make videos on personal finance and how to invest and build wealth through the stock market. I started this Robinhood challenge for 2 reasons. Number 1, I wanted to simplify investing for those that wanted to invest but didn't quite know how. Number 2, I wanted to show you guys in real time the companies that I invest in to grow my portfolio from $0 to 10K and then eventually from 10K to 100K. So feel free to join me on the journey by grabbing some free stock using my link below, or sit back and watch. Either way, I appreciate it. Today's video was about Snowflake. It's a new IPO, guys. I want to talk to you about the best ways to invest in IPOs, and so I'm going to drop a lot of game on you guys today. Please tap in, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's take a look at my portfolio. Okay, guys, as you can see, my portfolio is currently sitting at $56,059.62. On the day, we're almost up 1%. On the week, we are up 3.5%. On the month, we are up a little over 4%. If I take you guys 3 months out, we are up over 11%. If I take you guys 1 year out, even though we haven't had this account 1 year yet, we are up over 18%. And if we go out all time, guys, we are up 18%. Listen, man, I started this account in January with $0. I come on here each and every day to show you guys how to properly build an investment portfolio. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We on a road to 100K. The first goal was 10K. And now, guys, you see where we're at today. Please join the journey. And without further ado, let's dive into Snowflake. Okay, guys. Really quickly, you may have heard by now, Warren Buffett and his team members have already took an interest in this, as well as Salesforce. Guys, listen, IPOs are a little tricky, and so I want to prepare you holistically about how you need to play this if you want to get into this. All right, so check this out. I did a little research. There's still a lot more research left to do. Okay, and so check this out. What you have is that because they already been signed off on or co-signed by 2 heavy hitters, Salesforce as well as Warren Buffett, the valuation is already through the roof. Okay, and with that being the case, they're coming into the market with a lot of heat, with a lot of momentum already behind it. Guys, that will likely be around $74 upward to $100. Okay, and so depending on where they come out the gate at, you have 2 decisions to make. All right, typically what happens at IPOs, I've been around for Uber, I've been around for Twitter, I've been around for Snapchat, Facebook. I've seen a number of IPOs, guys, and there's one common theme that I always notice. That common theme is this: regardless of what it come out the gate at, it always eventually takes a huge crash. Okay, it takes a huge dive, and sometimes people are left holding the bag. Other times the savvy investors are able to profit on the huge run up. Okay, but for you guys that may want to get into this, because it is a great play, it is something that I'm even going to take a huge interest in as well. Okay, but there's 2 things I want you guys to consider doing if you make a play on this. Number 1 is this: you have to decide how you want to go about it. You either got to be all in from the jump, meaning the minute that Snow becomes available on your app, on your brokerage account, okay, you need to say, I want to ride the initial momentum all the way up. Okay, and then have a price target that you set for yourself, that you say, when it gets to this point, whether it gets to 50% of my initial investment or whether I double my money, whatever your metric is that you use, you have to tell yourself, I want to get out at this point, because all IPOs typically take a dive. Then for you guys that want to jump in on the second wave, you guys kind of will be more like me. I always wait till IPOs take a dip and drop 50%, okay, because they all do. It's just how it goes. All right, and so when they drop, okay, if Snow drops to $50 or below, again, say you had $1,000 to invest, guys, at $50 I will put 300 on it. At 45, I will put another 300 on it. That will leave you guys with 300 left. And then if it ever drops to 40, for instance, using this example, I would deploy the last 300 to build out your $1,000 position in this new IPO. That's just a savvy way to invest as a new investor in a new IPO, using a $1,000 example. Okay, Something like that will be the formula that I use, just because I have history on my side in terms of knowing how these things typically play out, okay? And so for me, again, I'm hoping to get in around $50. I may load the boat, or I may take that methodical approach that I just shared with you guys. But either way, because the company has such growth potential and strong backing, and they have a good CEO, I want to make sure that my position is firmly established on their first initial pullback. All right, so listen guys, the homework I have for you, speaking of the CEO, is for you to look up who the CEO is. Is he a good person, and is he the right person to run this company? And then I want you to use that to make your investment decision off of. Without further ado guys, up next we have our word of the day, and our word of the day is OTM. Guys, OTM is short for saying out of the money, okay? Out of the money is another word that's used when trading options, okay? So guys, if you're out of the money, that means that you are way off and are probably at a loss in the options trade that you have engaged in, okay? If you're out of the money, then you have a couple decisions you need to make to mitigate losses and to try to right your situations, guys. Listen, I told you we have a huge option play coming up this week. I'm going to sprinkle these words on you, and so the next word will be ATM, and I want you guys to go look that up. I'll share that word tomorrow, and you tell me what ATM means, what that acronym means, because I gave you ITM yesterday, which was in the money. I gave you OTM today, which is out of the money, and I want you guys to tell me as your homework assignment part 2, what does ATM mean? All right, so I won't belabor the point, but I just want to put that on you guys. We got some exciting things coming up in the market. We got some exciting things coming up on the channel, and I just want you guys to be along for the ride. Next up, guys, we have our question of the day, and our question of the day comes from Anika Black. She says, I'm new to investing, and I wanted to know, is it pointless if I can only buy one share of a particular stock? I figured one is better than nothing, but wanted your opinion. Anika, I thank you for sending this in, and I want to put that to rest right now. Absolutely, it is not pointless if you only can invest in one stock. You guys already know, I'd rather you guys be invested in buying one share than no shares. I told you we've been playing the wrong game for the longest time, and so I know that some of you guys transition over to investing will be a little different, okay? There might be a learning curve for some of you. For some of you, there might be an income gap. For some of you, there might be an income barrier. But regardless of what it is, buying one share is much better than buying no shares or not being invested at all. Anika, I want to continue to encourage you. Invest what you have. Invest what you can with what you got, okay? It's important that you, again, make small strides. Investing is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You guys don't have to get rich overnight. This is not a get rich quick scheme. There's not going to ever be that. It's going to be blood, sweat, and tears we put in to making the right investments, researching the right kind of companies to invest in as a family, okay? And so, Anika, I just want to, one, affirm you as well as encourage you to keep moving forward. Even if it's one share, the goal for you should be, how can you get to 3 shares, then 5 shares, and ultimately 10 shares. And then, like I always tell you guys, start paying off your debt. The least amount of debt you have, the more money you can invest. And so that's a great opportunity for you to get your affairs in order, minimize some of your expenses, cut back on going out to eat, cut back on buying purses or whatever it is you like to do in your spare time, okay? And so you can take that money and then it'll allow you to invest a little bit more. Over time, you will see a great return on your investment, and then you will really fall in love with the power of investing. So Nika, I just wanted to thank you for, one, sending this question in, but for 2, I wanted to tell you and anybody else that may be in this situation, absolutely, something is better than nothing. And in this case, one share is better than 0. Listen, guys, if you have comments, make sure you leave them below. I'll grab them and add them to my next video. I make videos like this every day, so if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result, very few consider the journey. Do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stock using my link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.